In this video, we will be solving some important problems or numericals based on the concepts we have learned in the chapter Motion. So let's get started. The first one is on speed. Let us look at the first question. A car travels a distance of 240 kilometers in 3 hours. Calculate the speed of the car. We are given the distance and the time taken. We need to find the speed. Let us write down first whatever is given in this question. So we are given the distance, that is 240 kilometers, and we are given the time, that is 3 hours. Your formula here is speed is equal to distance traveled upon the time taken. I'm enclosing this in a box so that you understand which formula we have used. Now, the distance we have traveled is 240 kilometers per hour and the time is 3 hours. Therefore, 3 eighths are 24. So we get 80 kilometers per hour as your speed. Now, students, when we are given in different units, we need to convert. Like example is now in this question, you don't have to convert because it is in the proper unit, that is kilometers per hour. But suppose you're given in meters, you're given in seconds, then you will have to convert it. While we solve some more questions, you will get a clear idea how to go about with those kind of questions, how to deal with those kind of questions where you need to convert. So I hope the first question was clear to you. Now we move on to the second question, which is based on average speed. A object travels 15 meters in 4 seconds. And then it travels another 13 meters in 3 seconds. We are asked to find the average speed of the object. I'll give you a brief idea how to solve this problem before we actually get started with the problem. We are given two distances and two times. What we need to do to find the total distance is we need to add the total distance, meaning we need to add distance 1 and we need to add distance 2 to obtain the total distance. And to obtain the total time, we need to add the time 1, which is 4 seconds, and add time 2, which is 3 seconds. I hope you have got an idea. Now let's get started. We'll write down whatever is given to us in this question. Given to us is the distance, that is distance 1, which is 15 meters, distance 2, that is 13 meters. On adding, we obtain the total distance. Total distance is 15 kilometers plus 13 kilometers. Sorry, 13 meters it is. I'm very sorry. It's 13 meters. So 13 meters plus 15 meters will give you 28 meters. And the time. So time 1 equals to 4 seconds. And time 2 equals to 3 seconds. Let's add the total time taken. 4 seconds plus 3 seconds will give us 7 seconds. And using the formula of average speed is the total distance traveled upon the total time taken. Let's enclose this in a box so that you understand which formula we have used here. Let's get okay. So the total distance which we have traveled is 28 meters, and the total time taken is 7 seconds. So 7 fours are 28. Therefore, your answer is 28 meters per second. Your average speed is 28 meters per second. I hope this question was clear to you. What we have done in this question, we have added the total distance, that is distance 1, distance 2, obtain total distance. Then we have obtained the total time by adding time 1, time 2. Then we have used the average speed formula, that is total distance upon total time taken. So we have obtained the answer as 4 after calculating. Now let's move to the third type of problem, that is on velocity. Now what is velocity, students? Let's understand the difference between both of them. Speed and velocity are two different terms. When we talk about speed, we talk about the magnitude and we do not talk about the direction. It is therefore known as a scalar quantity because we do not talk about the direction. I'll give you a few examples like kilometers per hour, meters per second, etc. We do not involve any direction here. Whereas in velocity, we involve the magnitude as well as the direction. Therefore, this quantity is known as a vector quantity. Example would be kilometers per hour east, kilometers per hour west, meters per second north, etc. I hope you have now understood the difference and we can proceed ahead with solving this question. So let us write down whatever is given to us in this question. We know calculate the velocity of an object with a displacement we know is 280 meters. So let's write the displacement, which is 280 meters, and the time, that is 20 seconds. So we are given the displacement and we are given the time. We use the formula velocity equals to the displacement. Now, students, what is the meaning of displacement? Displacement is basically the shortest distance or the shortest path traveled to reach the location or the destination. I hope this was clear. So velocity is equal to the displacement upon the time taken. Let's enclose this as well in the bracket. We are given the displacement as 280 meters upon the time, that is 20 seconds. So your velocity is equal to 14 meters per second. I hope this question was clear to you. We move on to the next question based on average velocity. We are given a bus travels with a velocity of 24 meters per second and later with a velocity of 30 meters per second. We are asked to calculate the average velocity of the bus. Let's first write down whatever is given to us in this question. We are given two velocities. So we need to consider it as initial velocity. The first case, u, which is also known as initial velocity. that is 24 meters per second, and v, which is your final velocity, which is 30 meters per second. Calculate the average velocity of the bus. The formula we use here of average velocity is initial velocity, which is u, plus the final velocity, that is v upon 2. Now let's solve this question. So we are given initial velocity is 24 meters per second plus 30 meters per second is your final velocity upon 2, which gives us 54 meters per second upon 2. So your final answer is 27 meters per second. So I hope this question as well was clear to you. We now move on to the third type, that is, sorry, the fifth type, that is based on acceleration. Seema starts from a stationary position and pedals her bicycle to attain a velocity of 8 meters per second in 40 seconds. Calculate the acceleration of the bike. We have been given that Seema starts from stationary. Whenever it is at rest, whenever it is stationary, always the initial velocity will be 0. So V here, U here will be equal to 0. And she start pedaling a bicycle to attain a velocity, that is V of 88 meters per second in the time that is given to us is 4 seconds. So we're given the initial velocity and we're given the final velocity. What we need to do is subtract the final velocity minus the initial velocity upon the t. So let's get started. Let's write down whatever is given to us in this question. Given to us is the initial velocity u equals to 0 meters per second and the final velocity, that is v equals to 8 meters per second, and the time, that is 40 seconds. Now using the formula of acceleration, one second, using the formula of acceleration, we find out, so acceleration, that is a equals to final velocity is v minus the initial velocity, that is u upon t. What is your final velocity? 8. So 8 minus 0. Let's enclose this formula first in a bracket. So 8 minus 0 upon 40. So 8 meters per second upon 40 meters per 40 seconds will give us 1 by 5 meters per second square, which gives us 0.2 meters per second square. Therefore, your acceleration here is 0.2 meters per second square. Whenever we talk about acceleration, we always talk about second square. It will never be second. It will be second square. since we are multiplying this second on top, which is the velocity, and the second of the time. Now let us further solve problems based on the equations of motion. We have got three equations of motion. The first one is V is equal to U plus AT, where V is your final velocity, U is your initial velocity, A is the acceleration, and T is the time taken. I hope this formula was clear. We'll move on to the second formula. S is equal to UT plus half AT square, where S is your displacement, U is the initial velocity, T is the time, into half, A is your acceleration, and T square, which is your time square. I hope this formula as well was clear. Now we move on to the third formula, that is V square is equal to U square plus 2AS. By now, I think you have understood the terms, so I'm not writing it down. I'll just explain it to you. V square is equal to V is your final velocity, U is your initial velocity, plus 2 into A is acceleration, and S is displacement. I hope these three formulas were clear to you. What each, what V, what U, what A, and what T stands for, what S stands for. I hope all this was clear to you. Let us now continue solving problems on them so you get a better understanding of how to go about when you get this type of questions. The first question we have been given is a motorboat starts from rest and accelerates at a rate of 3 meters per second square for 8 seconds. What is the velocity at which the boat moves? Whenever we hear the term starts from rest, okay, when we hear the term starts from rest, we always use U, that is your initial velocity, will be 0 and it will accelerate at 3 meters per second square. The time which is given to us is 8 seconds. What is the velocity at which the boat moves? Using the formula, the first formula, that is V is equal to U plus AT. Let's solve this question. So let us write first whatever is given to us here. Given to us is your initial velocity, that is U is equal to 0 meters per second square, second and not square. Acceleration here, A is equal to 3 meters per second square, and your time T equals to 8 seconds. V equals to U plus AT, 0 meter per second plus 3 meter second square plus into so acceleration initial which is acceleration is 3 meters per second. Let's write whatever is given. Given is U, which is 0. Acceleration is equal to 3 meters per second square. Time is 8 seconds. We'll use the formula V is equal to U plus AT. Substituting. Sorry, we'll use the formula S is equal to UT plus half AT square. Now substituting the values in this formula, S is equal to 0 meters per second into 8 seconds plus half into 3 meters per second square into 8, which is your acceleration, into your time. So it will be 8 square. I'll repeat again. 0 is your initial velocity. Time is 8 seconds plus half into acceleration is 3 meter per second square into 8 two times because it is t square. So your answer will be 8 into 0 is 0 plus 3 plus 8 eights are 64. So 8 eights are 64 into 3 divided by 2, which will give us 96. And adding 96 plus 3, sorry, there won't be 3. So your final answer here will be 96. I hope this was clear. Your U was 0 since it starts from initial position. Your A was 3. Your time given was 8 seconds. Now, what we do is we substitute in this formula because we have U, we have A, and we have T as well. We need to find the distance. So, U will be 0. T is 8. 8 into 0 will be 0 plus half into 3, which is your acceleration, into T square, which is 8. And by calculating, we obtained 96 meters. Unit of distance or displacement is meters. Now we move on to the last question we'll be solving on equations of motion, which is a car starts from rest and moves with a velocity of 8 meters per second to cover a distance of 4 meters. The acceleration of the car is, so we are given that it starts from rest, which is u is equal to 0, moves with a velocity of 8 meters per second, which is the final velocity given to us, and the distance. Distance is s. Calculate the acceleration of the car. By now, you have understood, I think, most probably understood, I would rather say, which formula to use. Let us first write down whatever is given to us in this question. Given to us is the initial velocity u, which is 0 meters per second, v, which is 8 meters per second, and you have the distance given to us, which is 4 meters. Which formula will you use? You will use v square is equal to u square plus 2as. V are given to us. V is equal to 8 square. We are given u, which is 0, 0 square. I'm just writing it as 0, plus 2a is not given to us. And we are given s, which is 4 meters. How do we go about solving this? We need to find a, or the acceleration of the car. So let's take it on the other side. V square minus u square and s. So we will multiply 4 and 8 and keep the s on the other side. So 4 2s are 8. We'll put it in the denominator. V square is equal to 8 square minus 0 upon 8. Therefore, 8 square is 64 upon 8. 8 8s are 64. So A, which is your acceleration, I'm sorry, it's not S, but it's A. A is 8 meters per second square. I hope this was clear to you. So what we have done, let's highlight the important formula, put it in brackets as we've always done. Given to us here is 0, which is your u, initial velocity, 8, which is v, final velocity, and s, which is your distance. We use the formula v square is equal to u square plus 2as. V square is equal to 8 square is equal to u square, which is 0 plus 2. A is not given to us, we need to find out. And S is 4 meters. What we do is, since we need to find A, you will use the formula v square minus u square upon 8. 8, why? Because you're multiplying 2 into 4. Okay, so we get 8. Then what we do is we substitute v square, that is 8 square, minus 0 upon 8, which is A. Therefore, we obtain the acceleration here as A is equal to 8 meters per second square. I hope this question was clear to you. Now, for your exam students, it is always advised to write whatever is given to you in the question and further continue to solve the question. That is your calculation part. You write the given, then you write the formula as I've written, and you write the final answer. And you can also write a concluding statement, like wherever now in this question we were told to find the acceleration of the car. So you can write, I'll give you an example. Therefore, the acceleration of the car is 8 meters per second square. This, and you can underline it as well. This concluding statement is a very important statement which will help your examiner or help the paper checker to obtain or to finally check the paper, check your final answer on the paper. So it is always advised to write it. That's all for this video. If you like this video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And do comment and share it with your friends.